Your surroundings can have an absolutely massive impact on your recordings. For many of you, this is obvious, but as I've explored new and different kinds of microphones, this has become even more abundantly clear for me. Greetings, Earthlings, and welcome back to Podcastage. Today, I wanted to make a very quick video demonstrating how your desk and how your computer monitors can cause issues and ultimately impact your recording. So currently, I do not have any desk mat, I do not have a mouse pad, I do not have a moving blanket or sound treatment on my desk, and I am recording with two microphones. First, a cardioid small diaphragm condenser overhead mic'd about 12 inches away from my mouth, and secondly, I have an omnidirectional lavalier microphone clipped directly to my chest about 7 inches below my mouth. I will be switching back and forth between these two microphones so you can hear how they sound in this environment. The walls are decently treated, so the majority of the reflections are going to be coming off of the desk and off the 27-inch computer monitor in front of me, and that is where the issues start to arise, especially with an omnidirectional lavalier microphone because it is so close to the desk, it is picking up all of those reflections. So I am going to rotate away from my desk and away from my computer monitor and switch between the microphones so you can hear how big of an impact that has on the sound quality. Now I am facing away from my desk, so we should be picking up very minimal reflections from the desk surface and the computer monitors. I am still about 12 inches away from the small diaphragm condenser. The lav mic is in the exact same position. I will be switching back and forth between them, and here is how it's sounding. Now for a quick back and forth. This is the SDC 12 inches away at the bare desk. And here is how the cardioid SDC sounds facing away from my desk. And again, this is the SDC sitting at my desk 12 inches away. And again, here is how the SDC sounds 12 inches away facing away from my desk. And now here is the lavalier microphone sitting at my desk. Now here is how the lav mic sounds facing away from my desk. And again, here is the lav mic sitting at my desk. And again, here is how the lav mic sounds in the exact same position facing away from the desk. I just listened back to the audio, and to my ears, facing away from the desk and removing the reflective surfaces from the equation made both microphones sound significantly better. The SDC picked up less reflections and it sounded clearer. The lavalier microphone was also a very big improvement. It removed the reflections from the desk and the computer monitor because we are not a couple inches away from it. It did still pick up a bit of the room tone because it is an omnidirectional microphone. That's going to be very difficult to battle, but facing away from the computer desk offered a huge improvement for both microphones. However, I understand it's not always possible to move away from your desk, to move away from your monitor. Maybe you need to read something off of it, maybe you're in a voice call, maybe you're video game streaming or whatever. So I have a few options to try out. First off, a very affordable option. I am going to throw a towel on my desk. Here is the small diaphragm condenser with nothing on my desk. Now my desk looks awesome because I have thrown down a towel, and here is how the SDC sounds. Again, here is the SDC with nothing on the desk. And again, here is the SDC with the towel on the desk. And now here is the lavalier microphone with nothing on the desk. Here we have the lav mic with the towel on the desk. And for another comparison, here is the lav mic, nothing on the desk. And again, the lavalier microphone with the towel on the desk. And now for good measure, I bought a couple of discount sound panels from Automute. I am going to use the larger one to cover my desk, and then throw up a couple of the 12x12s to block a little bit of my monitor and see how that improves the sound. Again, here is the SDC with nothing on the desk, and here is the SDC with the sound panel covering the desk and a little bit of the monitor. And a second time, the SDC with nothing on the desk. And again, the SDC with the sound panel set up. Here is the lavalier microphone with nothing on the desk, and here is the lavalier microphone with all of the sound panel set up. And a second sample of the lav mic with nothing on the desk. And a second sample of the lavalier microphone with the sound panel set up. Just for fun, I want to see how the towel improves the performance of the sound panels. Here is the SDC with just the sound panels, And here is the lavalier microphone with just the sound panels. And now I have thrown the towel directly in front of me. Here is how the SDC sounds. In my headphones, it sounds like an improvement. And here is the lav mic with the towel in the mix too. I know that somebody was going to ask, so I am just going to do all of those same tests with a broadcast dynamic microphone, the SM7B. Now I am 4 inches away from the SM7B with nothing on my desk. Now here is the SM7B as I face away from my desk into the room about 4 inches away from the microphone. Again, this is the SM7B with nothing on my desk. And now here is how the SM7B sounds with a towel thrown down on the desk directly in front of me. Hey, I'm back on the SM7B again and there is nothing on my desk 4 inches away. Here is how it sounds. Now here is how the SM7B sounds with the sound panel set up on the desk and covering a portion of the monitors. Would you have thunk it? We are back on the SM7B with nothing on my desk. Here is how it sounds. And here is the SM7B with the sound panel set up and a towel thrown on top of them. Is it an improvement? I think it might be. I got water up my nose. Okay, those are the tests. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. Which of the solutions do you think sounded the best? Facing away from the desk, having the towel, having the sound panels, or having the sound panels and the towel? Once you've done that, what can you take away from this video, and what am I taking away from this video? Zeroth, or number 0. I don't think omnidirectional lavalier microphones are designed to work well when they are placed a few inches away from highly reflective surfaces, because when they are, they become a reverberant, roomy nightmare. Takeaway 0. Takeaway 1. Use a directional microphone if you have reflective surfaces near the mic. That will reject a lot of the room tone, a lot of the reverb, a lot of the reflections. That was the biggest differentiating factor between the lavalier microphone and the SDC, which was farther away from the sound source, and the SM7B. SM7B Neumann KM184, massive improvement over the Deity Pocket Wireless Lav. The second takeaway, or the second biggest improvement over the audio, is if you don't need to be sitting at your computer, consider positioning the microphone away from those hard and flat surfaces like your desk and the computer screen, because when you are away from those surfaces, your voice is not going to be bouncing off of them and making its way back into the microphone and impacting your recording. To my ears, that was the second biggest improvement over the audio, for the audio. The third takeaway is if you need to be sitting at your desk and reading off of your computer screen, use the directionality of the microphone to your benefit. For example, right now I am using the KM184, which is a cardioid microphone. I have it angled so the side is almost parallel to the desk. So it's picking up as little of the reflections off of the desk as possible. That also means the rear of the microphone is facing much more towards the computer monitor. So a lot of those reflections of my voice bouncing off the monitor and making their way back in this direction are going to be missed by the mic, because those are going to be hitting the null area of the microphone, or the least sensitive area of the microphone. That is what I mean when I say use the microphone's directionality for your benefit. I had to learn this by getting yelled at by sound speeds for having the microphone pointed too much at my desk, picking up all the reflections off of the desk. That's takeaway number 3. And the fourth and final takeaway is what I think should be the last resort if all other options have failed, or if you're at the point where you are getting hyper nitpicky and you just want to remove a few more of the reflections of your voice from your recording. This is where I think you should consider treating your desk. Whether it be throwing down a towel while you're recording, whether you want to be a little bit more permanent and actually clamp some moving blankets to your desk, or if you're like me and you have a couple of extra sound panels, you can throw these up while you record to remove a little bit more of the reflections from the necessary items, like a desk, like a computer monitor, when we can't get by without them. There you go. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned something. I understand this is very basic, and this is something that I have always been aware of, but it is something that I became hyper aware of when I started to play with lav mics again, because these are omnidirectional, and the typical placement is a couple inches away from where my desk is. That's why I am making the video, because I just became hyper aware of it. Other people may not consider it, so now you are aware of it. You can become neurotic like me, and now you are just hyper-focused on all of it. I have instilled my sickness into you. That is my plan, yes. My plan for world domination is working. That is it. If you found this video fun, interesting, or helpful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up, hated it, big ol' thumbs down. Those people are amazing. The video beneath me, YouTube thinks you would love. You should watch it. I will talk to you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I love you. Bye-bye. Whoa, whoa, boop.